Fabric seats. You steam them, you scrub them, you drown them, and the stains still come back. It's one part of the interior almost everyone struggles with. Today, we're going to change that. Today, we're going to break down the truth about fabric seats. You're going to learn how fabric fibers actually behave, what contaminations get trapped inside them, and what your chemicals actually do. APCs, enzymes, degreasers, acids. And then we're going to go under the microscope so you can see exactly why fabric seats are so difficult. And then finally, what fixes them. But before we touch any chemicals, you need to understand what you're cleaning. Fabric isn't flat, it isn't simple, and stains aren't just on the surface. So let's break down how fabric fibers actually work. They're a three-dimensional weave, where every strand is twisted, layered, and full of tiny gaps where contaminants get trapped. When a fabric is new, the fibers sit tight, aligned, and flexible. As the seat gets used, body oils, food spills, dust, salt, and moisture work their way between the fibers, not just on the top. Under a microscope, you can clearly see this. The fibers are matted, compacted, and loaded with contaminations that you would never see with the naked eye. Here's the important part. Fibers expand with heat, alkalinity, and moisture. They contract with acid and rinsing. When the fibers expand, contaminants get pulled deeper and trapped, not pulled out. This is why so many people think that scrubbing and steaming works. The fibers lift, the nap changes direction, and the seats look cleaner, but the contaminants are still trapped. Scrubbing doesn't remove the problem, it distorts the fabric. It pushes the contaminants deeper, bends the fibers, and gives the illusion of clean. That's why stains look better when they're wet and come back when they dry. Steam superheats the fibers. They swell wide open, and they lock in contamination even deeper as they contract. That's how you set stains permanently. Now that you understand how fabric behaves, let's talk about what gets into the fibers and why choosing the wrong cleaner can make it worse. A stain is never just a stain. It's a combination of different contaminants, and each one needs its own chemistry. Organic contaminations are the most common. Some examples are sugars, proteins, sweat, skin oil, food oils. These bind tightly to the fibers and form a sticky film that can't be removed with APCs and degreasers. This is why enzymes matter. They break down organic contamination so the seats can actually be cleaned and not just lightened. Inorganics are minerals, road salt, sand, dust, mud. These sit deep in the weave and cause rough spots, stiffness, and reappearing dirty patches. Only acids can truly break these down properly, not APCs or degreasers. Petroleum and mechanical contaminations. These are greases, mechanical oils, lotions, sunscreen, adhesive, anything non-polar. APCs don't touch these, enzymes don't touch these, but a small amount of degrease will hit these, and only these. This one nobody talks about. Residue from APCs, alkaline cleaners, shampoos, dressings, past detailers. This residue forms a coating on the fibers. It holds down the dirt and it changes how the fabric dries. This is why seats feel crunchy, stains come back, and fibers look shiny under a microscope. So now that we've identified the contamination, you see the problem. No one product solves all of these. This is where detailers fall apart. They grab one product and expect it to solve all of these. Let's walk through what each cleaner does, and more importantly, what it doesn't do. Every stain you try to remove fits into one of the categories we just covered, and every cleaner only targets a specific contamination. Enzymes break down organic contamination. Sweat, milk, coffee, soda, proteins, anything biological. They work slow, they need dwell time, but they do what APCs cannot. They break the bonds holding organic contamination to the fibers. If your stain is brown, sticky, or smells, enzymes fix that. Full stop. APCs, the general cleaner. APC removes general soil and dirt, but it's high alkaline. It leaves residue behind and naps fibers. APCs make seats look clean because the fibers lift, but it doesn't remove deep contamination. Degreasers target non-organic petroleum-based oils, cosmetics, mechanical grease, engine oil, sunscreens. That's why in my test, the degreaser only attacked the grease stains. It only targets one specific job. Acid rinses collapse the fibers back to normal size, remove mineral contamination, and neutralize alkaline residue. This is how you stop stains from wicking back as the seat dries. An acid rinse is not optional. It's the step that resets the fabric. Solvents, specialty stain removal. These target very specific stains: ink, cosmetics, gum, adhesive, and very stubborn greases. It's used in small amounts with precision, never as the main cleaner. So now you understand what each cleaner actually does. Not the myths, not the hype, the real chemistry. Now let's look what happens when each of these cleaners hits the fabric under a microscope. So here's a live example on I just bought this van and these are the work seats. They came quite dirty. So today we're going to show a little thing of what enzymes do. We got a degreaser. Ignore it says wheel cleaner. I just bought it because the red, and when I started I always thought degreaser was dangerous. Red, dangerous. And this is a low foaming, closest thing to like an APC, to show what APCs will do. Basically I'll split this area into three. Won't worry about bolsters, they're slightly different in the weave pattern, so for consistent results we'll do the three here. This isn't to show necessarily one's better than the other, more to show what each cleaner affects and what it targets. So the enzymes are going to go for the organics. The APC, or fabric clean, low foaming one, is good for the surfactants and the solvents for targeting certain oils and non-organics. And degrease is for greases, obviously, and oils as well. But there's different oils and stuff you will find in a seat, and it's more to demonstrate what each one will do on their own and why one cleaner isn't the solution. And going into like a heavy hitting degreaser or an APC and drill brushing, steaming, and all the stuff you see doesn't actually work. And I got some microscope shots for what the fibers look like before, what this soil actually looks like on a macro level and a microscope level, and we'll show what gets broken down after. So we'll jump into it, and also at the end I'll probably throw in an SOP. This is 30% alcohol I mixed up. It's -6, so I'm gonna get a hair dryer, because products don't work to their fullest, especially enzymes. They need heat, not like crazy heat, they die in crazy heat, but it's always good to warm them up. So we'll warm the surface up and get started on this. So took the wife's hair dryer, and yeah, we'll just go. We'll start with an enzyme. Usually you kind of spray it on a towel, but we'll keep it where it would just mist each one. We'll start enzymes here, although the degreaser spilled, but we're okay for purposes of the video. Get it spraying first, cover, give it a zone of all fairness. That's pretty heavy for an enzyme. So yeah, we'll heat it because enzymes keep working. They work better with heat. Enzymes digest organics, so they're gonna break down all the food, sweat, and they get all those, like the food oils, not better. Of you already lightening up of some of that, and what we're gonna have stain is, we'll show you right now. Take out this. You see from those before ones, a lot of that organic kind of stuff broke down. Try to get this steady. It's cold, so bring that in. Yeah, see, lifted a lot of those fibers. They're looking nice, fresh, clean. We'll go to where it looks a little more dirty. And over here, dial that in. Yeah, you got some of these. Those are going to be more of your, you see the deeper ones. Those are obviously going to be, those look like grease. Shiny, darker patches are a lot of grease. Even then, the enzymes did an okay job of getting those out with light agitation. Why can't I get this? There we go. Yeah. See those fibers opening though? You see how it's definitely broke at least the surface tension, allowed for. In that little time in the cold, the enzymes actually did a very good job of removing a lot of the organic oils. Enzymes are organics. So now we'll move on. We'll do more what you would maybe call it's better example for kind of an APC. This can be used on plastics too, so it still has some of the same surfactants and solvents you'd find in an APC cleaner. Give it a mist, same thing. Nothing like soaking it. Alright, we'll do a little bit of new towel for this one. And same thing. Just gonna, what you can do, blotch it, move with the fibers. And so what you can see from already here is it obviously did a little better job of getting down like the grease. This has, was it HVAC, so a lot of this stuff is a mix of organics and non-organics. That really broke that down. So here we'll show same thing. See those fibers opening, brightened a bit. A little shininess deeper. You're gonna get a little more residue, that little glossy particles. If I can get that to focus. Those right there. I'll move. See, it got more of that, the grease that was built up, that was deeper. Obviously, it could go deep and get more. Just try to even show that those sparkles go up more. Okay, so in here, see how even those fabrics get damaged a little just by a light brush. This is also over time. When you use a drill brush, blending those. But you see those shiny parts through it, that's your alkaline residue, that glossy. But as you see there, it was more effective towards the grease. And APC, it's not a degrease. It does a little bit of organics, it does a little bit of grease. It's kind of a jack of all trades. but not effective at any of them. It's just okay with each of them. And there'll be another video, we'll get into APCs and a good breakdown of those. This is the degrease, so same thing. I can use the same one. I'll just go to a clean spot on this. Towel looks worse than it is, but so there you can already see the difference. That one, obviously, in the areas where it was more grease and heavier greases, it cleared those up more. The organics are staying behind in both of these. The organics did. This one took a lot of the organics, left this grease. That's expected, and that's why there's an SOP. There's a standard. There's a procedure that you do. If you follow it and that's why you follow a procedure and you use the chemistry in a proper order, and I will show that after quickly. A quick demonstration without using any extractors or water. Keeping this low water. It's -6. I don't want to sit here all day drying my seats or have them freeze. So we'll go into the microscope with that. Give a good idea what that did. So same kind of thing. You see some of the organics in there, and there's going to be it's going to have darker spots. Oh, bear with me, hands are cold. There we go. Yeah, and still some of that residue, some of those darker shiny spots is typical of a degrease. It's alkaline too, so it's gonna leave that residue. And it just shows you too, like this is how gentle these fibers are, how fragile. But still, like, it cleaned that grease off. That's what you would expect from a degreaser. As I said, I'll show a quick demonstration of more of a proper SOP. We'll go through it in another video deeper in explaining, but this just to show how when you use the chemicals in the proper order and working together, you get better, safer results, and you don't need harsh and aggressive agitation like a drill brush and be soaking seats, which causes wick back and stuff. Okay, so in the usual one, if it's something heavy like this, as you've seen where, as I've shown, I will take an IPA of usually 30-40%. In the colder, more would be better, because you don't want this to still be wet for step 2. And this just breaks surface tension. It removes the top oils. You're not going, it's not for cleaning, it's just a quick wipe. You want to try to pick it up and even dry it off as quick as you can. It's just to break that surface tension, get those oils off so the enzymes can access and work their just here the enzymes can get deeper into the fibers, and they're not just sitting on the surface. And enzymes do digest and break that down. Usually not a big fan of direct spray, but we'll give it a mist. That's a pretty generous mist. And agitate. We blob it. Switch up sides. Should have done this with a white towel, and you'd have a little better. But it did pick up. So that's just after the enzymes. Again, quick little visual after just the enzymes. Fabric clean is used as the APC because it chemically it falls in that category. Up a lot. Dab it up. Call it CPR. Bringing the life back to these seats. Cleaner. You're going to want to, this is 5 acid fiber rinse. So usually not a direct spray. Just take it, spray it on a clean towel. Take it, just mist it onto a clean towel. You can mist it on the area, but this helps. Just nice damp towel, and then you just massage it in. And the acid fiber rinse helps lower that pH, bring it back to neutral. That reduces your wicking. Removes alkaline residue, closes up the fibers, and we'll show that. Bam. So we'll see. Yeah, these fibers look nice. I can't hold still for my life. Fingers are frozen. Let's see. To come in nice. See, they closed up. Nice closed up. The texture is uniform, and that's how you prevent it from wicking and damaging the fibers. So that was a quick look of how fabric fibers behave, what gets trapped inside them, how different chemistries work together. It wasn't a full SOP, it was just showing basic sequence of chemistry to achieve better results without aggressive scrubbing, drill brushes, steam, overwetting. If you would like a full breakdown in the SOP structure, that will be coming in another playlist. I'll be providing SOPs for everything to do with the detailing, interior and exterior. There'll be the light soiled seats, medium, heavy. Everything's going to be completely cross-referenced, just like my cyclopedia. Then you'll always know where to find the next lesson and where to go deeper. If you follow along, you're going to achieve better results, safer, and protect the longevity of the car's surfaces. I'm Nick from Nick's Auto Cleaning, and if you're tired of guessing and you want to learn the real science behind detailing, subscribe and stick around. We're just getting started.